Growing up, I, as I'm sure many of you also did, always thought about wanting to become YouTubers. We always had this dream of, I want to create content for a living. I want to do what I'm passionate about for a living. And one of those big mountains that you climb on the road to becoming a YouTuber, one of the big milestones that many people think about is hitting your first 1,000 subscribers. Now, when I was a kid, this felt like something that was completely unachievable. I'd always sit back and watch the people who are successful on YouTube and think they have something that I don't have. They must have some special skill, some special talent that I simply don't possess. You simply have to be a certain kind of person to have success on YouTube, and not anyone can achieve that. A few months ago, about two or three, I hit my first 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. And because a lot of stuff was going on at the time, I had my business that was taking off and doing very well. I had another business on the side that was taking off and doing very well. I never really sat back and reflected on the journey to 1,000 subscribers. I never sat back and really enjoyed that specific moment because also it happened relatively fast. I remember I went from about 70 subscribers to 20 days later having my first 1,000. And it was a mix of disbelief and also just speed, always working with speed and not taking that time to sit back and reflect on your accomplishments, which I think is very important. So in this video, I kind of want to roll back the clock and go back to when I first hit that 1,000 subscribers. I know many of you watching this video probably have the same goal. You probably have the same ambitions of having success on YouTube. And in my reflection, I came up with three things that I was able to do or that I noticed now looking back that allowed me to hit that 1,000 subscribers. So I'm going to share them with you guys. Number one, now this is something that I always knew but never particularly acted on, and that is the idea that when you start something new, especially YouTube, it's all about quantity over quality. I almost messed up and said it the other way around, but it's all about how much volume you can put out there. When you want to start YouTube, typically people are going to sit back and think, I need to have a really nice camera. I need to have really nice lighting. I got to get a really nice microphone, and I have to really know what I'm talking about. I have to be really good at speaking in front of the camera. So then they delay and delay and delay. Finally, they buy the camera. Okay, now they have the camera. Now it's still, I'm still not ready yet. I need to improve the setup. I need to get a little office space. They get the office space. And then they just delay and delay. Finally throw out a video. The video wasn't very good. Sit back disappointed. Throw out another video a few weeks later. Sit back and disappointed. Try to go for that quality every single time because they're starting out and they're seeing that their videos are shit. So what does that do? That discourages you. It demotivates you. The idea that when you first start out, you're going to be perfect is an absolute lie. You cannot wait until the perfect moment because it doesn't exist. You can't wait until you become really good in front of the camera because it's not going to happen if you simply don't get in front of the camera and create those videos. One thing that I think I did very well on my journey to 1,000 subscribers is when I started the journey in May of 2023, I sat there and I was very honest with myself. I said, the quality when I start out is going to be shit. What I care about is making 3 to 5 videos every single week. I'm gonna do 3 to 5 videos every single week, and we'll see where we end up. We'll see what happens. I made my first video, and I didn't even edit it. I looked back on it, and I would, pause in the middle of the video to look at my little notebook that had notes in it. People would be walking by. I did it in my car. It was an absolutely horrendous video. But now I watched it the other day, and I just sat back and smiled, and I was like, this is why I was able to achieve this, because I completely forgot about the quality of the content. And then the next video was also trash. The next video, and then after 20 or 30 videos, you start noticing slight improvements. Because how do you get better? You sit and you critique yourself. You're not going to be a good speaker right away, but when you watch yourself back speaking in front of the camera, you'll say, okay, there I started a little bit. Let me work on that. There I said or there I said or sometimes I do this mistake. Now I'll go like that. It's really obnoxious and annoying to look at. So I would look back on all my content, critique, and then improve it with each single post. But no matter what, the quantity was going to be there. There was a point where I tried posting every single day, and you know what? Eventually things took off. Now when things took off, that's when I started to improve the quality as well, because now I'm getting more viewers. If you improve the quality of your setup and of your videos before you get viewers, no one's gonna see it. You're a bad content creator, you suck at making videos, no one cares that you have nice editing or a nice camera or a nice backdrop because your content sucks. Once I was able to improve my content to a certain extent, I started noticing I was getting more and more views. That's when I said, okay, now let me invest back. Let me get a better light. Let me get some nice aesthetic background colors. Let me get a professional thumbnail guy. And now, as the content grows more and more and more, I'm looking to get a professional editor. So those things come with time. Realize that when you first start, that just push out as much content as possible. Number two, now this is something that some creators speak against, and because they say that it's important for you to have authority in a particular subject that you're about to speak about, and you need to have a particular accomplishments in that subject that you're going to speak about. And I believe the total opposite. I think that it's very important to, in your content, document whatever journey you're going on. The reason why I was able to grow so fast and how I got my most views was talking about a journey that I did in e-commerce, in online business. Had started a TikTok shop, and I said, you know what? I'm at zero. I'm sure many people are at the same stage. Let me document everything from zero up until I hit 3,000 orders. And every single day, as things got more busy, I couldn't post every day, but throughout the whole beginning, I posted every single day. Now, when I first did that journey, those videos didn't get views. Those first couple of videos where I was making no money. Eventually, things took off for me in my business, and then I also showed that. I documented that as well because it's part of the journey. And what do you know? People see that video because people always meet you at the top, right? They always meet you when you're at the top of the mountain after you've overcame all the challenges. That video did very, very well. It got 18,000 views, and then those views trickled down because people wanted to know, how did this guy get here? That's something people ask all the time, is how did you accomplish what you've accomplished? How did you get to this point of success? And they want to be able to see a journey that they can relate to. I documented everything, the bad days when I was getting no orders, the days where I was getting some orders, to the day where I got 100 orders. All of it was documented. Now, you might not have the exact same journey, but I'm sure you can think of something you can document. I'm sure you're on some sort of course towards achieving something. For example, let's say you work AIM 9 to 5 and you want to eventually be able to quit the 9 to 5 and become a full-time entrepreneur or full-time YouTuber. Document your journey to becoming a full-time YouTuber. Document your journey to becoming an entrepreneur. If you just like your role at work and you want to document you getting a new position or a promotion, document that, because I'm sure many people will relate to it. As long as you're yourself and you just show what's going on in your life, the viewers are eventually going to come. They might not come in the beginning, but they're going to appreciate your authenticity. They're going to appreciate your honesty. They're going to appreciate seeing a real person, because as we all know, YouTube and social media is very fake. There's all these gurus who are going to tell you they made $30,000 in a day. There's all these content creators who are going to tell you they make $1 million every month. But that stuff is kind of getting old now. People are looking for that authenticity and that honesty. And that is going to get you subscribers 100%. The last and final thing, and I think this is honestly the key to success in any endeavor that you decide to pursue, is that I stayed very, very consistent with YouTube, and I was in it for the long run. I've tried YouTube many times before. Don't get me wrong. This isn't my first go around with this. But the mistake that I always made when I tried YouTube or any other social media platform is I said, okay, I'm going to post for the next 30 days and I expect to get 1 million views, or I expect to get 100K subscribers. Just like that. That's just never going to happen. You need to be in it for the long run. You can't set goals for 1 month on YouTube. The goals that you should set are consistency goals. Tell yourself, okay, I'm going to post every single week for 3 times a week, because that is a goal that's fully in your control and you hold the outcome of that goal, right? If you get too lazy and you don't make the 3 pieces of content, you only have yourself to blame. So have a very long-term mindset. YouTube is not simple, it's not easy. There's millions of people who create content on YouTube, and there's tens or hundreds of millions of people who are going for that same goal of getting 1,000 subscribers. What's going to set you apart is that you're going to outlast them all, which is what I did. When I started in May, I said I'm going to create content on YouTube for the next 2 to 3 years. If after 2 to 3 years, I can't even get a decent community or build up any type of viewership, then okay, maybe YouTube is not for me, and there's nothing wrong with that. But don't make the mistake of saying I'm going to post for 6 months and then if I don't do well, I'm going to move on. No. With having a long-term mindset, focus on consistency. Try your best to, once you make your YouTube schedule of I'm going to post on Tuesdays and Fridays, let's say, make that something that you do every single week without fail. Of course, things are going to come up. You might get sick. You might, lose your voice and you can't record. But for as long as you're healthy and able to, stay consistent to that schedule and hold yourself to it. because guess what? You're going to outlast everyone who starts out at the same time as you. There was so many other people who in May, I think first when I first started, they said I'm going to start posting on YouTube. They said I'm going to hit 1,000 subscribers. The thing is, they never stayed in it long enough. This is how it works. After 6 months, probably about 50% of people are going to drop off and they're not going to want to continue because they're not seeing the same results. After 9 months, probably another 25% is left. So now only 25% of that competition that you initially started with is still creating content. After 1 year, that number is probably going to dwindle down to, I don't know, 3, 4, maybe 5% of people who are going to stay consistent. And guess what? You almost guarantee yourself more success than all those other people that started with you because you're the only one still standing. It's all about outlasting everyone else that starts at the same time as you. That's simply what it comes down to. But don't even think about the rest of the competition. Just sit back, relax, make your YouTube videos, enjoy the process. Don't look at the analytics every day. Don't look at the subscriber numbers every day. That's one of the worst things you can do is track your analytics. Track your consistency. Make sure, hey, I said I was going to post 3 times this week. I got that. I said I was going to post 4 times. I did that because that's what's in your control and that's what's not going to get you frustrated. With that being said, guys, I hope you appreciated this video of me just kind of sitting back, relax, no script, no nothing, no crazy editing. And I hope you take this advice and you use it yourself because just the way I was able to hit 1,000 subscribers when I thought this was something that was insane that only happened in fantasy that people could actually make money off YouTube and become YouTubers, I know you can do the exact same thing. Don't forget to like, subscribe. If you have any questions, leave them down below. You will also find my Calendly consultation link down below. If you want to talk online business, if you want to talk content creation, you'll have that right there. I don't sell any courses. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.